Have you seen Star Wars?
The other night we got a big reveal trailer for an upcoming Star Wars game from Lucasfilm Games and Quantic Dream called Star Wars Eclipse, and it looks like one of the best Star Wars trailers that we've seen in years, at least for video games. I'd probably say since the Old Republic trailers were released almost over 10 years ago. So let's talk about Star Wars Eclipse and everything that we know about the game so far, but before we get into that, please leave a like on today's video to defeat the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe to the channel if you want to become a Star Wars only fan, or, as we call them here, only fans. So I'm going to read the press release for Star Wars Eclipse and go over everything that we have on their website as well. So from the press release, they say, created in collaboration with Lucasfilm Games, Star Wars Eclipse is Quantic Dream's most ambitious project to date and is currently in early stages of development. Star Wars Eclipse is the first video game to be set in an uncharted region of the Outer Rim during the High Republic era, known as the Golden Age of the Jedi. The game will build upon Quantic Dream's expertise in delivering deeply branching narratives and will go beyond their already established acclaim. Players' choices will be at the heart of the experience, as every decision can have a dramatic impact on the course of the story. Crafted by a diverse team of writers, game creators, and interactive storytellers experts, all with a deep affinity for the Star Wars franchise, Star Wars Eclipse will feature new places to explore through untold stories with unique characters, each with their own path, abilities, and roles to play. Now, this next part comes from their website, which has a few details about the game to add on to this press release. The website says, a new action-adventure, multiplayer character branching narrative game set in the High Republic era, presented to you by Quantic Dream and Lucasfilm Games, now early in development. Star Wars Eclipse lets you play as a diverse cast of charismatic characters, each with their own story, abilities, and role to play in the tapestry of events that could alter the carefully balanced peace of the Outer Rim. Every decision you make can have a dramatic repercussion on your journey. The way of life in the Outer Rim is being threatened, and you must define your path. So that's everything that they have officially said from the press release that they sent out, from the website, everything. From reading all of that and seeing the trailer, this already looks like one of the best Star Wars projects in years. This is probably going to turn into a Star Wars Eclipse fan account for years to come. I mean, I cannot tell you how hyped I am for this game. This trailer was epic, man. I mean, the drums at the beginning that just kept building and building. It was really cool, and then it ends with like this cool villain that you've never seen. Or just, this game is everything that I've really wanted to see for a Star Wars game for years. I mean, pretty much since EA bought Star Wars, I've been saying I want an open world Star Wars game. Plus something like this from Quantic Dream, which are known for making games where you really have an effect on your story. Everything about this sounds amazing. I mentioned in past videos that I love the idea of Quantic Dream working on a Star Wars game because I do love their game, Detroit Become Human. They also have another one called Heavy Rain that came out before Detroit Become Human, and that is really good as well, because in those games, your characters all have very different endings based on your character choices throughout the game. So, in example for Detroit Become Human, you have 3 characters, and every single decision your character makes affects other characters' decisions and their choices and their endings throughout. Like, it's all one universe, it's all one story, and they're all intertwined. So them doing that in a Star Wars game, which is rumored to have more than 3 characters, so you may have up to 5 characters that will play in this game, all 5 of those having impacts over the Star Wars story that we're going to be living and exploring, sounds amazing. And it's an amazing strategy to put into a Star Wars game, especially one that's set in a High Republic era, which we haven't really explored much yet. The High Republic has been pumping out a lot of books over the past 2 years, and so far there's like, maybe 2 or 3 books that are like officially the timeline that you should follow. You have The Light of the Jedi and you have Rising Storm. And Rising Storm is really good. I mean, truth be told, these are some of my favorite stories that we've had in Star Wars recently. So adapting that story, or the story of the High Republic in that time period, into a video game looks really exciting to me. The real question is, what's going on in this game? It's very clear that the Jedi are going to be involved in a very dramatic galactic scale conflict. Honestly, the trailer looks out like something out of a movie. I mean, you could have told someone in the 90s that this was the trailer for the Star Wars prequels, and they'd have every right to believe you. But anyways, it does look like the Trade Federation is causing a lot of issues again. We see the space battles feature them fighting another massive armada. I personally don't know who the armada the Trade Federation is fighting for or against, this, but I'm just reacting to the trailer. I really have no idea. The big question for me is, are the Nile behind this war, and are they the main force that you have to fight against? Because it seems like they are the ones attacking the Jedi in that scene with the snow. You see the two Jedi lightsabers and they turn on. Looks like the Nile are charging at them. But who is this villain who is rising from the black liquid at the end of the trailer? That looked really cool. I don't know if that's one of the Voldemort people who are banging on the drums or whatnot, but that scene took me by surprise. There's not very many things I can say bad about this trailer, if at all, but that scene alone just took my breath away. This game has already delivered me a great trailer, and I've watched it on repeat because of how curious it made me on the story. I mean, we even saw two Jedi sparring each other, and maybe they're actually fighting. We actually have no proof on that yet, but some people are speculating that this could be the first look at a Jedi civil war, which would be crazy to see because the High Republic's supposed to be the height of the Jedi. Thinking that there's a civil war only 200 years before we even see the actual movies is crazy to think. I think what works so well in this trailer is that it feels and looks like Star Wars, and it's very easy to recognize that this is in the Star Wars universe. They don't really give us much to really know what's going on. We don't really have much to go on for the story. Being set in the Outer Rim means that the Republic and the Jedi don't have a great presence out there to protect all the planets, so crime is likely a huge part of this game, and so are the Nile because they are the villains of this High Republic era, and the last book that featured them, called The Rising Storm, made them a terrifying enemy for the Jedi. So I really hope they're even better in Star Wars Eclipse and we actually get to fight them and experience, and maybe, now this may be a shot in the dark here, but maybe you get to play as one of the Nile in the game. Now that would be really cool. Also, it's very obvious that the name means something, like Star Wars Eclipse. The trailer shows someone watching an eclipse as well, so there's something about that eclipse that I would say has to do with the Force. I mean, everything has to do with the Force, but the entire song we listen to sounds like a tribal and like a ritual that this tribe is doing. Just seems like we have to have this tribe going off of like the dark side vibes or a unique view of the Force, using the eclipse to do something rather drastic. It reminds me a lot of the Night Sisters and what they do on Dathomir. So how this affects the Jedi or the galaxy as a whole, I don't know, but it does seem pretty clear that eclipse is meaning something. There's going to be something very unique about a solar eclipse happening out in the galaxy. But this trailer is really epic to look at, and I know it may be too soon to say, but this is probably the best Star Wars project coming out. For me, this is my now #1 most anticipated Star Wars project that I'm excited for. It beats The Acolyte, it beats Mandalorian Season 3, it beats the Kenobi show, it beats Taika Waititi Star Wars. So I mean, there's nothing I'm more excited than I am for this game, because this is not a movie I watch for 2.5 hours. This is a game I experience for however many times I want to, because I can replay it most likely, and it's also open world. I mean, it sounds like the perfect Star Wars game. I cannot exaggerate that enough. So I'm really excited about this game. Blew my mind watching this for the first time, and I only want more information about it. Hopefully they're going to have a big announcement for it probably in the next coming couple years. I mean, they may have something at Star Wars Celebration this May, and I doubt we'll get like a release date anytime soon because of the scale of this game. Bespin Bulletin and Jeff Grubb, is both very credible scoopers for the Star Wars community, both came out and they were talking about the release window for this. I mean, they have the exclusivity deal with EA until 2023, so you wouldn't get it in 2023. They were saying, Jeff Grubb specifically was saying that like 2024 is like an early estimate for this game. So I think the safe bet we can all rely on right now is 2025 at the earliest to see this game. But hey, I trust Quantic Dream. Please take your time. Like there's not many things that I say like, hey, take your time, don't rush it. I don't want them to rush this. I want them to take their sweet time on this. I mean, they have really delivered on this trailer and made me more excited for a Star Wars game than I've been probably since the Old Republic trailers came out. I mean, Battlefront 1, 2, Rogue Squadron, Star Wars Squadrons, the EA game, and even Jedi Fallen Order, none of those even touched the hype that this game already has for me. So I'm fine waiting until 2025 if I have to. I'm super excited for this game, Star Wars Eclipse. This trailer is a 10 out of 10. If I could pre-order it today for like $100, I would. I don't care. It's next gen. It's not going to be on like the current generation, or not even the current generation of consoles is now next gen consoles, but still, this isn't going to be on PS4. This isn't going to be on Xbox One. This is going to be on PS5, Xbox Series X, all the current PCs and whatnot. Like, this is going to be a hefty game. We are in the future of Star Wars video games. We are in the future of the gaming sphere in general. But tell me your thoughts in the comment section below. What did you think about the trailer for this upcoming Star Wars game called Star Wars Eclipse? Leave a like if you're excited, and subscribe to stay up to date on the game's development and any news that we get about it. I'm Star Wars Only. I will see you all next time, and may the Force be with you always.